keep me in stitches. Okay. We are on. Oh my gosh. Katy Rey is here with us, and she has become one of my best friends in the past year and a amazing mermaid in my life. So thank you for joining us, Katy, on this Small Quiet Voice podcast, for lack of a better word. Just so our audience knows, Katy Rey is a Renaissance woman. We had a Renaissance woman on last week, and we have another one on. She has done everything in her power to help as many people as possible. That includes writing a book, that includes creating a seminar for empowerment and enlightenment and just joy throughout our community. And she's helping businesses, and now she's helping foster youth. And I am so pleased to call Katy Rey my friend. So Katy Rey, welcome to the SQV.
I love that it's called Small Quiet Voice, because it's like, I'm sorry, who's the host? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I figured I'd do SQV because I write about SQV in my book, and I'm probably so much not small and quiet that I ignore her. That's probably my problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're working through it.
I love it, but here we are.
Learning is occurring.
So good.
So anyway, Katy, like I said, you inspire me, and I use your website and your way of navigating the world and kind of joining with others and linking with others. And I've used that kind of as a template for my own business. So I wanted to thank you. I don't know if I've ever expressed that to you, but your energy and your ability to connect other humans with other humans that have purpose is just so you, and it's so beautiful. And so I wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. You're the best. Thanks for always accepting me, just
great.
letting me live. Just letting me.
And just so the viewers know, there might be a little bit of tension in this interview, because almost every time that Katy and I are together, she challenges me, and I'm like, oh.
I just like to open minds, and I wholeheartedly believe if you're friends with people and you respect each other, we can give each other feedback. We can talk to each other. We can learn from each other. I think I learn every day from my friends. I learn from you every day. We talk. So I think it's really important that people have that, because also people experience different things. So if we don't bring our experiences to the table, it doesn't help.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call it tension. I would just call it discussions.
Okay. Fine. It's discussion. No, we don't tension. And does tension really need to have a negative connotation?
No, you're right.
I don't think it does. I think there could be good tension. So I think you are an amazing human, and you obviously started off your life, in a similar way that most American people start off their life. So I would like for you to give us a little bit of background about your childhood and what got you to this point. I think it's good to just be chronological in this realm. So,
oh gosh, the timeline. Let me get it out. It's in my pocket. So some people are always like, I don't understand how you're you, but I was the youngest of four. We moved to Clearwater, Florida when I was 5. I was born in Buffalo. All of our Lebanese family was there. Moved here when I was 5 years old. Started off in Catholic school my entire life, kindergarten through 12th grade. I came from a working class family. My dad worked all the time. My mom was a teacher, and then took care of us and coached us and all that stuff. So just a lot of play, a lot of love, a lot of neighborhood time, a lot of outside, lock us out for days. My older sister, I thought I'd get away with everything because I always had my older brother and my 2 older sisters. So that's also why I'm a little extroverted, because I was like, it's cool. I could start something because I got 3 big people behind me. Just really loved people my entire life. I loved smiling. I was always like excited and dancing and all that stuff. Well, in 7th grade, my dad came out and my parents divorced. So my dad let us know that he was gay. My mom went through a pretty hard time for about 2 years. Eventually, beautiful things happened. We do holidays together and stuff. Both of them are remarried, but it was a really hard time, a lot of judgment. I wasn't sure how to understand what was going on because I knew my dad was this amazing human, but people were judging him. My brother went through a hard time because that's his dad. That's his male figure in his life. And my sister Christy took care of us, my sister Amber and me. So, we got through that. I didn't surround myself. I was very popular and I made sure I stayed popular. So a lot of the kids around me were from wealthy families, and I worked since I was 13. So I decided to sell drugs to them. Some might call it entrepreneurial. You're an idiot, but here I am. So I took a very people pleasing route, right? I was popular. I needed to stay the funny. I needed to be in front. I needed, all that stuff. Student council, president, homecoming, queen, all this sports, sell drugs. It all fit. So I thought I wasn't going to do that. I was the only one of the 4 to go to college. I went to USF and I decided to continue selling drugs. My ex was in the picture then, and I was growing weed in my townhouse. I eventually get arrested. I was working 2 jobs, going to school full time. Eventually get arrested. I'm a walking felon. Here I am. Spent 2 days in jail. Don't think I'm a gangster over here. Everyone's always like, how long were you in there? I'm like 2 days.
Black, Katie. It's okay.
2 days, Orient Road. My whole life turned around. I had to move back home. I finished school. It was a very hard time though, because my family was just like, who are you? Because it is like, who are you? Who is this person? But I didn't want to go back there. And I definitely knew being judged, trying to get jobs out of college was really hard on me. I was like, oh, I'm not valued. It gave me another perspective of judging people on character only and not their background. So it actually foreshadowed into the future of a leader. I became a much better leader, very open-minded. Got married to a baseball player I met in college. We end up, the milestones of marriage. We wanted to try for kids. I found out I'm infertile, can't have kids naturally. My fallopian tubes are blocked from endometriosis. And we're very blessed. We have 3 kids. We went through 4 cycles. That's really unheard of in IVF world. So that was amazing. I'll never do IVF again though. So do not expect a pregnant Katie anywhere. The reason I also did IVF, I worked for an adoption agency in high school, and it was really hard on my heart watching an adopted family take a birth mom through the whole process. And it wasn't I understand the birth mom kept the baby after, but I'd have to go tell the parents that thought they were getting a baby they aren't anymore. And it was really hard to compartmentalize. So IVF, I was like, let's go science. Let's do this thing. After that, I find out about 7 years later, my husband is suffering from a porn and sex addiction, and infidelity has happened but my small, quiet voice was screaming at me for a good 2 years. We were in Miami for 7 years, and I thought it was because I was just away from my family and I was lonely, but it was actually my gut screaming at me. And then when we moved back to Clearwater, it was still screaming at me, and I was like, shh, small, quiet voice. Shh. Why are you so loud today? But it was trying to tell me, but I prayed for it. We got all the answers. As my husband went through recovery, we're in co-parenting therapy because I wanted to make sure that we were strong parents for our kiddos. But we kind of found ourselves back together.
Wonderful.
I think that's my wrap. Did I do it? I think you nailed it.
You did good. You did really good.
And now I'm a servant leader.
I hear something in the background, and I think it's some bubbles. Do you hear it?
Oh, is it you?
I think I hear bubbles. I hear a mermaid.
A mermaid?
Mermaid coming in, and I'm very.
Is it messing up your voice? Is it messing up the sound?
No, there's a mermaid coming in. I hear it, and I don't know what is happening.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Surprise! Mom's on the call.
I finally got here.
Yay! I was like, what are you talking about?
Before. I'm so sorry, Shannon. I
Hey,
couldn't get in before.
Hi, Donna.
Wait, there's somebody else to say hi. Wait, there's one more person that wants to say hello. One more person. Wait, how about there's another one? You got me babysitting, Shannon. Jaden and Christy had to go somewhere, so
I wondered if you were in charge of the kids today, and that's something that I really loved when I went to celebrate you. I didn't go to the first one, but since then the universe has been kind to me and granted me the gift of your daughter's friendship.
oh.
And at Celebrate You, I cornered your mother and your father. And I said, would you please appear on my podcast when she appears? And they both said yes. And I didn't have my stuff together because I don't have my admin assistant yet. But I was able to get your mom wrangled into this call. So thank you for coming.
And Dad's working. He would have been on, but he's working.
I know he sends his love. And
Yeah.
I love, Katy just got done telling us a very summarized version of your family story. And, to go through that divorce and that reason for that divorce, it would have really, really been traumatic and hard. And I think it's beautiful that you guys have all found a way to come together as a family unit to support your grandchildren and your children and also be friends again. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of hating anyone? Unless they're like detrimental to society and your family, but they're good people. They just fell in love with someone else and they figured something else about themselves. So
that's right.
Donna, I'm gonna, this is Katy's interview, but I do want to ask you really what got you through that.
A lot of faith, a lot of faith actually, but not the way I was brought up, because I kind of veered away from the church because they were putting labels on me, that kind of thing. But a lot of faith in my mother. My mother was very helpful to me. Very helpful to me. And I didn't have a lot of outlets anybody to talk to. But what really got me through it was finding help through a therapist. And she got me in touch with a woman that was going through a similar thing. And it was over in Orlando. So I would take trips to Orlando all the time to visit with her. And she helped me out a lot. She's since passed, but she was married 27 years, where I was married 25 years, and she had 7 children.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So, and it was very difficult for her. And this therapist got me in touch with her. And there wasn't a lot of outlets back then. You got to understand, you couldn't talk to anybody. There was nobody.
What year was that, Donna, that you had your divorce?
Our divorce was in 1997.
Okay.
1997. So yeah, it was hard to find anybody to even just say, I know what you're going through, because there was nobody there.
Yeah. And we all have these unique issues that happen sometimes in our lives. And that is pretty unique to have your husband decide that he's gay. I mean, you hear about it all the time.
Absolutely.
Now. Grace and Frankie has made that really a normal thing for all of us.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I love that. I love that series. Yes.
But and I don't think you and I had a chance to say this, but when you said that you didn't have anybody to talk to about that problem, my heart sank, because last year I didn't have anybody to talk to because my husband was going through treatment for prostate cancer. And he's gone androgen deprivation therapy in order to make the testosterone be 0 in his body. And he was acting in really odd ways. And I was feeling like I was being gaslit by someone that has always been supportive and loving and wonderful to me. But it was a challenge for us as a couple. And I went online and tried to find a lot of support, and I didn't find anything. And so that's why I wrote You Have Arrived. That was the catalyst to the book. And then also I started a blog called The Prostate Wife. And all of that is accessible on my website, shannonjoymckill.com. But I think that, there are people going through this, but we just have to, we have to find them. And so I had gone on a 30-day journey. Katy's read my book. I went on a 30-day journey out to talk to all my girlfriends. And most of them thought I was crazy. They're like, what do you mean? He's wonderful. Why are you wanting to run away from him? I'm like, you don't understand. He's on this medicine that makes him not himself. And so I found people since then to plug into, to find that help with. But there was no type of organic, like I wanted to hear a story that would tell me what to expect in the future. Like
absolutely,
mentally, socially, philosophically, who is my husband now, and will he ever get back? And what I found is that in about 3 or 4 months, we'll get him back. And that's the thing, we have to ride this out, and it's hard. I just hope Katy, I'm sending him back home to Illinois for a couple of weeks to just connect with his family. He needs that.
Sure, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's hard finding your people. It's hard to find your people. Yeah.
I'm really glad that you had that resource. I
had a little resource. Yeah, it was difficult, but everybody goes through difficult times and you evolve from it. My mother always said, one door closes, another one will open.
I think all of our mothers said that.
I think you're right.
I have one other question for you, and then I will let you off the phone. I'm sure you want to play games with your grandchildren and you don't want to be on the phone with us. But I wanted to give you the opportunity that was afforded to me yesterday. My son got Employee of the Quarter.
Yay!
Proud of him. So I got to brag on my son. And I
Proud
know,
mom.
yeah, I know that Katie's your youngest, and you have 4, right?
She's my youngest biological.
Yeah, with
I have two younger ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's brag on Katie a little bit.
Okay, let's.
Okay.
So Donna, what attributes has Katie developed over the years that will make her the person that can help foster youth grow across this country?
Empathy, a lot of empathy. She's just a very giving person, just very giving. No matter what you need, she'll give it to you. If you want to talk to somebody, she's always there for you. No judgment. She's there to listen to you. She has great attributes. She's just a very caring, loving person. But the empathy, especially with the kids and stuff, she's just that person. Can you?
Those kids are with you.
Those beautiful children.
Hi, people. Hi. It's Mommy's podcast I'm on. Yeah. For Miss Shannon. Say hi to your sister.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello. Hello, Nunu.
Okay, Donna. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on. I'm glad we
It was Mom's
surprised you.
71st birthday 2 days ago. Boom.
71.
You look
And
amazing.
I'm still
Looking fresh.
I'm still having fun.
Oh yeah, 71 and having fun. That was
That's
our
right.
I love
All
it.
right.
You're
Bye,
amazing.
Mom. Love you.
I love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'm not sure how to get out of here.
I got you.
You got me?
I'm gonna throw you out now. I got you. I'm gonna remove you. You're removed.
That was
So cute.
That gave me so much joy. Can I just tell you right now?
Your middle name's Joy, so
That gave me so much joy to put your mom on the call. I felt like it was like one of those old game shows, where they do that. Remember those? I know I'm older than you, but you
All
were.
right, we're closing it down now. She's leaving. Goodbye.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
That was cool. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
We have to talk about fostering hearts. I love your mom.
She's so cute. So cute. She's like, I call her a little pocket Katie because we look alike. And I have my dad's nose, but I look like her. So, but she's like tiny. So you just want to like put her in your pocket.
She's mighty. She's tiny, but she's mighty.
So cute. Oh yeah. Very fierce.
It's awesome. So let's talk fostering hearts, because I know that's where your heart is at. Let's talk about the inception of that program and where it's at today and kind of what you need from people, how we can join arms and help these foster youth.
So Fostering Hearts was actually created a couple of years ago. I was just sad listening to foster stories, and I was a part of a marketing agency, and I watched them do a whole video series on older foster kids and listening to them talk about motivating themselves in the morning and being ready to leave the system because they don't have anybody. They've never had a Christmas, and I was bawling the whole time. I just sat in it for a while, and I was like, I'm so sad. But I was like, I need to create solutions when I'm too sad, or I just like sit there sad.
Yeah.
So I created Fostering Hearts, but I didn't do anything with it. I started my first year and a half researching what's the gap? Where are the gaps? There's so many. Something that kept popping up was education. These kids are drowning in public school. Some are like second grade reading level. They're in 7th grade. They've been in shelters their whole life. They've been moved house to house. They're finding a place to stay. So their schools moved. Teachers don't have the bandwidth, especially in Florida with our education system. So I was like, I'm going to create something. I have my two oldest are dyslexic, and I would notice my son would have a hard time at his previous school because his teacher didn't believe in dyslexia and all this stupid stuff. We would come home just like defeated, like, I had to go against the smartest girl in class, and it was really hard. And I was like, and I kept thinking, foster kids don't have this always. Like, if you're struggling in a place that should be safe, where are you going for your out? So that also kept hitting me, and I'm like, they need to have a safe space to learn. So we created a concept. I prayed, asked the universe. I have these women and men who have joined forces with me and my board, and we created a concept. I originally thought micro school, but that would have been state funded only in certain locations. I didn't want that. I I want to have kids have access. So we are utilizing Florida Virtual School curriculum, which is accredited curriculum. There are teachers on staff.
We all used it during COVID, right? So they got all the kinks.
That's awesome. And there's a bunch of different programs, but what we're going to have, it's not going to be all virtual. You're going to be doing, we have an educator on site, wherever the on site is. We get the beautiful space of Joshua House in the beginning of August for our pilot program, which is a residential foster care home. And we have an educator on site to work with the social, emotional, and life skills support. So what that's going to give these kids is not only build up their self-confidence, self-worth, but allow them to make a decision when they do age out, which is a horrible process in general, to utilize their free college education till 24 and help them get in. Because right now, if you took foster kids, under 50% are graduating high school. Is that fair to them? No. So we can raise that rate and then give them a chance, or go to a trade school. We're going to have people come in and talk about their industries and find that community for them. I wholeheartedly believe we need to stop the foster kids from going into homeless, addiction, and jail. That's the communities they're going into. Why? Because they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. I had went to a summit this morning that the Safety Harbor Chamber of Commerce had put on. Pardon me. It was the Future of Work and Education Summit. And there was many great organizations. I'm going to be producing a video short that I can promote this type of thing. But there are so many great programs that people just don't know about. And as parents, you know, I mean, I had kids that just graduated. I have a kid that just graduated. Wyatt just graduated from Countryside in Pinellas County, and he didn't want to go into college. And so he was trying to figure out what he could do in the future that would be
Cool.
It still makes the money. So I actually spoke to several people that can help him with that. And I think that as a foster child, I mean, to not have a parent to advocate for you and to not be able to take them to these workshops and, you know, talk to these people, because they don't have an advocate. So it's so sad to me that, you know, it speaks to that statistic, half of foster kids don't graduate high school. It just speaks to the gap that is there.
And this concept will be able to roll out across Florida once we finish our pilot program in August. But another thing is, like, this applies to everyone. This is our future generations. These are children that need support, mentorship, any type. And how much better do you feel when you find a community of mermaids or people and connection? And if we can uplift the group, because I don't blame foster kids for being loyal to each other, but if they're staying loyal to each other and just not choosing right habits and things to do, of course the community is going to be like that. So if we can uplift them as a community, and it's not about the testing and this, I want them to master something so they feel that pride, that proud of myself, joy, but also give them the confidence and be like, you're going to get your high school diploma. You're going to get your high school diploma. I'm not telling you have to go to college. You can choose whatever you want after that, but you're going to hit that milestone for yourself, because first of all, it's really important. It's really important. GED, high school diploma, something. And it's important, and you're going to be proud of yourself. And we're going to celebrate, because, you know, I love a celebration. But I think giving those kids that hope and putting more people in front of them. But I collaborate with other nonprofits. I think it's super weird that nonprofits are competitive. So like for mentorships, I've reached out to the Garden at Lighten program. I met with the district manager there. So anybody who wants to be a mentor, I'm going to push them to their program. That's a beautiful program. Allows kids to have that safety and support. They have different options, mentorships and Garden at Lighten. So it's like, that gives, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. The education concept isn't anywhere. We're doing that. Hygiene, backpacks, things like that. I have Packs of Love Foundation. Like, I don't want to reinvent 100 different programs that are already out there.
Yeah, you've got to find a niche, right? And this is what we're doing. And because you and I both come from the business world, and you look to see where can I fit in and get the most bang for my buck, because I have a finite amount of time on this planet, and where can I make the biggest contribution in my local community? And then the goal is to take this type of scenario, collaborate with other states, and figure out how to implement it.
Every nation
need it. Yeah, it's great.
We're helping every kid, and I know it is important. Help one kid, make a difference. Yes. But I want to empower the entire, I do go big or go home. I get it. Like, my dreams are, I like when people are like, you're crazy. I'm like, cool, I am. But I don't see how we can't. That's why I can't stand if someone comes at me and is like, I vote only on abortion rights. Do you? Because have you helped a foster kid in the system? Because I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like I don't understand how you can physically stand there and spread this protest or word when there are literally children who don't have one person to call if they needed something and can't remember their address because they've been moved so many times.
And that's what that's what these pro-life people say. They think that life is all about protection in the womb, and there's this twisted sense of gratification that they think that they're going to save a person. That's wonderful. If that's your motivation to save a person, but once that child is born and they have no one that loves them, then you better show up and take care of them in some form or fashion.
Yeah. And some of these 7-year-olds have gone through more than we've gone, and I'm almost 40.
It's awesome.
They've gone through so much disturbing things. And so I'm always like, you know what? I'm not in like angry mode. I don't go after, but I like to open mind. So put me in front of the churches. I'll partner with a church.
Yeah.
I want them to see the importance of helping kids that are walking the streets. Like they are literally physically out here. And you're talking to someone who had a frozen embryo for 4 years and plopped 2 in and only 1 took. Like you're talking to someone who utilized science that y'all are coming after. Like, no, like get logical here. These are human beings facing really, really hard stuff as children. And as adults, we have trouble understanding our feelings. When I get really deep into feelings, I eat like a rack of cookies. So I can't imagine what a 12-year-old does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know, here's the other really sad part of this whole thing. And we can get off the soapbox, but I just want to point out that if you have a 7-year-old that's experienced more trauma than you have in your 40 years, and then they go on to experience more trauma as puberty comes along, what kind of person are they going to be? What kind of mother are they going to be? Probably the same type of mother that raised them absent. And they're going to go into the prison system. And, you know, I've got a dear friend, Erica Averin, who's just going to be on the SQV very soon. Shout out to Erica. She is the executive director for the Florida Penitentiary Excellence.
Yeah.
People, like she's changing the lives of inmates.
I'd love to chat with her.
Yeah, we all got to get together and have wine and like go to Homosassa and the manatees.
Save the world and save the world.
Yeah, and that's how we do. We have these collaborative adventures that bring things to light. And you know, it's my thing is empathy in the workplace, and I know that that's what I put on this earth for. And you know that you're good at that. You're good at that. But if you can take that same passion and love and change these babies' lives, that's huge. And I will send every person that I know and I can think of to you and refer them to you. And we all should do the same thing. Support Katy Rey and Fostering Hearts. Fostering Hearts.
Yeah, Fostering Hearts FL, Florida.
So let's talk about how people can find you and connect with you.
Okay, so everything I do is on katyrey.com, KATYREY.com. But you can go to fosteringheartsfl.org, donate, reach out, mentorships, like everything's there on the website. But you know, like I just think we need to be better. Empathy in the workplace, empathy for all. Like, you know, we have the same type of, you know, we're just in different arenas, but it's like same vision. Like if we're just better to each other, life gets better.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've noticed my background, but I want to share this with you. I don't know if you noticed the subtle marketing. It's funny. So when I started my company a year ago today, SJM Consulting Services, I created a logo. I filed with the Florida board. I got my IEN. I did all the things. I started my company. My logo was blue. Blue's my favorite color. When I published my book about 10 months later, actually, I got my book cover done very early. And I knew I wanted it to be pink because Barbie. Because why wouldn't I ride that wave? And pink is a beautiful color and it attracts women and my market is pink. So I like to stand in the purple, right? Quite frankly, I think that we are not professional, nor are we personal. We are somewhere in between at different times during the day. So gradient background does a good job for me in that capacity. I have to change.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do love that. Yeah, you're like, I stand in the purple. I do, you know, I preach personal and professional are intertwined. If you're hitting every promotion at work and you aren't fulfilled at all personally, shit does not feel the same. Like it is what it is. And I've been there. I've been all my energy lost. I've been giving it to all my reps all day and the kids want to play and I'm like, mommy has nothing left. And you don't want to be like that shouldn't be how life feels like. And I just think if we're of course better to each other, but we just get logical. Like, how do you not help a kid in a system that is not built to support them? Like, I can't change the system yet. Look for me for legislation in like 5 years.
You know, no, I say 3.
3 years. Okay, Shannon. Okay, we'll rewatch this together.
We'll go
together. Yeah, you know, like I can't wait to call out the people, because just like again, mind blown. Everybody has a mother, even if you don't know your mom. Everybody has a mother, yet we're fighting over women's bodies. Like, I can't figure it out. But like, everybody has been a child, needed support, and felt alone at some point.
Yep.
At some point, as amazing as my family is and supportive, I felt alone on multiple times in my journey. Like, alone when there's people right in front of me. So can you imagine literally not having anyone to call? Like, not one person in your corner, just you as a child. Like, I just, like, blows my mind. Like, logic, people, like, logic, help a freaking foster kid.
Yeah. Well, and this is good. And so just so we can kind of get some visuals on what that looks like. So you've got Joshua Tree, you said?
Joshua House is another nonprofit. It's a 38 child residential foster facility. It's beautiful. I call it a neighborhood. Dee Dee Grundle's the executive director there. She is like a powerhouse. Okay. These kids love this woman and this team. What they do have is they're going to public school all the time. So we're bringing a safe space education there. We're going to use their computer lab and their library. They also have like a sensory therapy center there. There's 4 agencies that house children at the group homes. So they have a garden, they have chicken. It's beautiful. So we'll be there starting our pilot program. By the end of the year, we're going to roll it out to all the kids on the facility, which is 38 if they want to join. Good about this program is they can sign up for sports at their local school. They can do ROTC, they can do band if they want any type of things like that, or they want to be in the school, they can. And they can use us for a couple classes with Florida Virtual School if they want to be full-time at school. It's whatever works for the kid. We have to do this customized. These kids have gone through so much. And then this concept will be rolled out to, say there's 5 group homes within a 5-mile radius. We'll find a rec center or a church. We'll rent that out. We'll load it up with computers, and we'll create a safe space there so the foster kids can come to us. And then the concept will continue to be rolled out in territories.
Okay. So do you have a rec center or a church planned for your
do the pilot program, iron out everything. So end of year, we'll have the concept completely ironed out. So it's kind of like a plug and play. And all we'll need is the facility. No, just in areas, there's always like a church or rec center, and then we can figure out ours.
Okay, that sounds great. It sounds like it's going to work. It sounds like it's exactly what these kids need. Now, at the center that you'll set up, that's going to be an education house.
Lutz, it's in Lutz.
Okay, so will there be a teacher there to help the kids?
The educator on site. So the concept includes educator on site. We're not going to do Florida Virtual School and let these kids do it on their own. It's not going to happen. So the Florida Virtual School is just the curriculum piece for the accredited, so we can get them on a high school diploma track. So that's just set there. The educator is on site from 9 to 3 every day. We'll be there for the life to really help them adjust their schedule and give them the one-on-one. But on top of that, we'll have people coming in to read, tutors, however that looks for that kid. Everything, again, will be really customized for that child. But they will have an educator so they can have that consistency of someone in their corner every day. And I think people don't realize that, you know, like if they do a mentorship program with foster kids, they're like, oh, they're so hard to get through to. Show them that you show up every day. Every kid isn't going to get through to you. Like, it just is what it is. But show them that you show up every day. Give them that one constant. A lot of times you'll see that foster kids even do really horrible things for adults in their lives because the adults are giving them consistent food or they're giving them somewhere to sleep. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, come on, y'all. Let's just change the game. Consistency, we're giving you education as a tool for a safe space and a tool for you to thrive.
So I'm wondering about the Joshua House residents. Are they a certain age, or what age do they serve?
6 to 17.
6 to 17.
And they are under different state agencies. So what's cool about Joshua House is they have 4 state agencies on site. So they're different agencies, foster agencies. So that staff is already set inside those homes. The Joshua House has, I'm pretty sure, 5 amazing team members, and they run the admin office there and the facility itself, but they're so good to the kids. I mean, they do programs and everything. They're fantastic.
Sounds wonderful. It sounds great. So the age group is 6 to 17. So what's the student to teacher ratio that you would want to
So
keep?
we're going to have 10 to 15 kids per teacher.
Okay. That's good.
We're starting with 13 with our first educators, our pilot program. And then we're going to see how it goes, and could be 2 to 3. But again, we could have someone, retired teacher. We want 2 educators paid on site, as this is what they do every day. This is their educator. Now we could have retired teachers come in, want to volunteer and do things like that to help, kind of like they do in the public school system. But we will, if all the kids on site go on, 2 to 3 teachers.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. So if a teacher wanted to apply to be in this program, the pilot program, how could they get in touch with?
Both sites, katyray.com or fosteringheartsfl.org. Please reach out. We have all the job descriptions and information. It's a great program. We are just excited. We were hoping around Wesley Chapel Lutz for this pilot program, just so the teachers isn't driving too far daily. But yeah, I've been getting the word out to all my teacher friends.
So I'm curious, is this a year-round commitment, or do the kids take summers off?
So right now we're saying school year, but we're deciding on how that summer program looks. The teacher might want to do some type of.
You don't want to unplug completely. They'll lose everything they learn. So it's good to have some type of, summer school curriculum. That's very, very important.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful program. It sounds like this is something that any child would really benefit from, but especially a child that is really without an advocate and without the love that a parent would normally give. So it sounds like the Joshua House is a perfect fit. I can't believe you found them. That's so wonderful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a great fit. When a friend of mine, Mary Jane Rickles, said, "Oh, you need to meet my friend Dee Dee if you're helping foster kids." She introduced me, and the rest is history. Dee Dee is someone I look up to. She's inspiring. I think the one time I had like a little hiccup, I thought I was doing a micro school, but wasn't. And all she said to me was, "I know you'll figure it out, Katie. You got a fire inside you." And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, that's what foster kids see in Dee Dee. She's genuinely just rooting for you and just leading the, it's just so cool. She's amazing.
She's a mermaid.
100%. 100% mermaid.
I love it. You are wonderful. And our time is up, but I wanted to ask, I know you could come over and we can have a glass of rosé. I still have some left over from the book signing. So not that big of a lush. I actually don't drink all my wine all the time. But I wanted to just ask you, is there anything else you want to leave our viewers with that you think is important that you wanted to just kind of pinpoint before we get off?
No, have the conversation. I wouldn't have met Shannon without someone introducing us, because we have crazy energy. Just meet people. You never know the friends you'll find. I love this. I love this platform you've created. It's always my jam. I love when people just peek in, like my mom. But just meet people. I think Shannon and I are a perfect example. Have the Zoom call.
Yeah,
right?
Network. And you always have something in common with someone. If you talk long enough, you always find a common thread. And most often you'll find somebody that, when you talk to somebody, you have this collaboration, they want to help you. And it's so neat. And you can learn from everybody. So, and that's the glimmer and that's the beauty that you're sharing with these foster kids, is that life is not so hard. Life can be too, right?
People are rooting for you. We're here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
You are a rock star and I love you so much. And let's get together soon. Okay.
Woo! Thanks for having me.
SQV, baby.